What's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. So working from home permanently, it's a thing now. In my career field, we were given the option, you can either work from the studio part-time or you can work at home full-time. It was up to you. I chose full-time. So for the past year, I have been working on turning my spare bedroom into my work from home office / YouTube studio. I wanted a place where I was surrounded by the things that I really enjoyed and inspired me, and just have a comfortable place for me to spend long hours from my 9 to 5 and then turn around and working in the evenings on either my photography or YouTube. However, when I first started working from home, my office was a mess. I had wires hanging everywhere, bookshelves full of old books, and just a lot of random knickknacks everywhere. I even had one computer monitor lifted up on books. So yeah, I knew that if I was going to be in here for the long haul, I needed to clean this mess up. So I started by packing up everything that I just didn't need, sold off everything that I didn't want or use anymore, and then I started planning out my office. I work in the animation and visual effects industry, so I'm a pretty visual person. So like any other good 3D artist, I built my room into 3D, and then I used that to evaluate the space to see what would work and what wouldn't work before I actually purchased anything. I knew I wanted to paint my office a dark color. To begin with, I wanted to do an accent wall, but I heard something on a television show that said, having a room in a dark color is like being wrapped in a hug. And I loved that idea. And I always knew that I wanted to paint my room a dark blue. However, I didn't know how difficult that would be to actually choose which color of dark blue. This is insane. So many different shades of blue. Is one a little bit too purple? One a little bit too green? What's it gonna look like in the space? I have no idea. Let's just put it up on the wall. What does it look like during the morning, in the evening, during a cloudy day, during a sunny day? Who freaking knew, man? So I ultimately decided to go with Benjamin Moore's In the Midnight Hour in matte, because I thought that it would give the room just a little bit more of a softer feel to it. I think I've got the first base coat on. It's looking pretty good. I'm actually kind of impressed with how it turned out. So I did decide to make 2 custom shelves for my office. I got 2 white oak planks, cut them down to size, sanded them down so they were smooth, and then gave them a walnut stain. And then I mounted them to the alcove area that sits just behind my desk. So I did get rid of my bookshelves in here, but I did want shelves for a different purpose, so that I can display all of my designer toys and some of my collectibles, and even a couple of books that I've been collecting over the past couple of years. I am a firm believer that you should completely surround yourself with anything and everything that fuels your imagination, especially if you are a creative. Hence, all of my toys. I have a closet that is full of Legos, Star Wars Legos, because I'm an insanely big Star Wars fan. So my office is pretty small and it absolutely has 0 storage. So to solve that problem, I bought this beautiful sideboard from Article in walnut, and then I use that to store all my camera gear and extra peripherals for my computer. On top of that, I have this beautiful watch deck from Holmes & Hatfield. I absolutely love this thing. I keep some of my smaller items in here, and then I showcase some of my favorite watches that I'm usually wearing throughout the week. On the side of that, I do have a sculpture from one of my favorite designers, and yes, that is a Lego baby. And on the other side, I have a scented candle from a local candle maker here in Vancouver. Also, just to liven up the area a little bit, I did bring in some plants just to bring some greenery into my office, plus it kind of adds to the chill vibes in here. Now, since I have hardwood floors in this office, the echo is really bad in here. So I got this rug from Wayfair and then added a felt mat underneath it to make it a little bit thicker, which helps reduce the echo, and also the colors kind of contrast with the blue of the walls, just to kind of break up the space a little bit. Oh, these curtains had to go. I am not a curtain fan. These things were so gross. So I traded them in for these accordion blinds, which matched the rest of our apartment. And one really cool thing about having these blinds is that they actually act as a really big softbox. So whenever I'm filming in here, I don't have to rely on all my practical lights. I can just use the natural light and then use these blinds just as a natural diffuser. So if you've been watching my channel since the beginning, you have probably noticed this fake leather Mr. Burns style chair that I have been rocking for the past 8 to 9 years now. It was just flaking everywhere. It was flaking so bad that I was starting to get those flakes in places that you shouldn't have flakes. Just saying, if you catch my drift. I finally bit the bullet and upgraded to a Titan gaming chair in black, and needless to say, I was really excited when it showed up. I was so excited, in fact, that I put this together in a hurry while I was supposed to be working. But the only problem about putting something together when you were in a hurry is I put it together wrong. That hurt. See this bit? Yeah, I put that on backwards because I was a dummy. Anyway, moving on. So since I was going to be working in here more often, I upgraded my desk to a standing desk from Progressive. And then I added a solid ash desktop, which I bought from IKEA. For a little bit of contrast, I did add this felt mat from Grovemade, which is so comfortable to work on. And yes, I did trade in those books holding up my monitor for this beautiful desktop shelf from Grovemade as well. Now, in regards to artwork that I'm putting onto the wall, I have one piece that I have up right now. It is from an artist I've followed on Instagram for quite some time. I actually ran into him at a convention in Atlanta, and I was able to snag one of his Star Wars pieces, and I really, really love it. But I have not found anything to put behind my desk just yet, and I am looking for those at the moment. Now, I plan on making more follow-up content as I grow into this space as a 3D artist, as a photographer, and YouTube content creator. So if that's something that you are interested in seeing, consider subscribing and giving this video a like. I would greatly appreciate it. It really does help a channel out. And I think that is about it for today. So guys, may the force be with you, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.